A video of Tyson Fury hitting the pads and Usyk skipping. So I said, one is having a skipping session and one is not skipping any sessions.
This is Jonathan Agger, Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Queensberry's Dev Sahni. Dev, I was just saying I haven't interviewed you for a while. Since then, you've been on Netflix and everything like that.
What can I say? Good to see you. You are the thumbnail king. Every time anyone's done an interview with me on your channel, PBF, I see the thumbnails go up, and it'll be like Anthony Joshua on one side, Tyson Fury the other, Joe Joyce sort of looking up at me. Everyone looks like they want to chin me. So well done with the thumbnails. You're doing very well, Jonathan. Good to see you, mate.
You're welcome, I guess.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Well, I'm sure no one in the names you mentioned wants to chin you. I think. Anyway, Dev, tomorrow night, Chris Bourke goes for the British title again. Second time. Why is this going to be different?
Look, I can only point to his confidence. He seems very, very confident. He's been talking about making bantamweight and how bantamweight is a better weight for him, and he perhaps shouldn't have been at super bantamweight, but there are a lot of fights there for him. So now he's down. We've got a Bantam Bourke. He's got a nickname now. That's the first time he's had this nickname. He's now calling himself Chris Brutal Bourke. He sent around a bit of a warning to the bantamweight division, and if he picks up the British and Commonwealth titles tomorrow, hey, he becomes a bit of a boy. So Chris, the Brutal Bourke, can be a bit of a boy on the channel that was formerly BT Sport. now we're on TNT Sports. But why can he do it? He believes he can do it. Ash Lane's no slouch though. Ash Lane's coming off a great win against Jordan Perkis. He's the English champion. It's a proper fight.
And on the undercard you got Moses Itauma making.
Actually, because I've seen countless interviews where people are calling him Moses Itauma, and I'm thinking, am I getting this wrong? So I actually had a bit of a voice note exchange with him last night saying, look, everyone's calling you Itauma. Have I been getting it wrong? And he confirmed, no, it is Itauma. So going forward, it's Moses Itauma. Carol Itauma's the same.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for clarifying. His first fight of the year. He had a really busy 2023, and I saw something that Fury said earlier that he thinks he's the future champ of the heavyweights.
Fury would know, right? He's got the best heavyweight in the world, hyping him up, putting him on his Instagram story. Like that's all well and good, but the bigger compliment than all of that is he's got him in camp to train for the biggest fight of his life against Oleksandr Usyk. He has identified Moses Itauma as having the right skill set and giving him the right work to prepare for a fight for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. That's the biggest praise possible. He's 19 years old. He was unbeaten as an amateur. He's unbeaten so far as a pro. 7 fights in the first year. I'd imagine 7 or 8 this year as well. And he'll just keep on going. He's got that temperament as well. You can see it. He's a very level-headed guy. Seems to hit very hard. Seems to move very well. Fast hands. Southpaw. That's a big problem for any heavyweight. So, let's tune in on Friday night for the next stage in his career, because I'm not sure how many Moses Itauma fights you're going to get at York Hall. So enjoy them.
And a lot of people excited for the debut of Luke McCormack tomorrow night. Obviously, brother of Pat. What do you know about him? I spoke to Barry Smith and he said that they don't have the same style. But have you seen much of him?
I know he's got a great energy. I know that he was very decorated as an amateur. Obviously, 2020 Olympian as well. I think by the time that Olympic Games came, his heart wasn't really in it anymore, and he's doing it because he's weighted kind of thing. But right now he's been raring to go as a professional. You can see it whenever I'm talking to him, and I've only met him today. He's just sort of moving about like he wants to chin someone, and I would assume he'll be looking to chin Robin Zamora tomorrow evening live on TNT Sports, and it's a good debut opponent, by the way. Robin Zamora, I'm pretty sure he has taken Owen Cooper, the new English champion at welterweight. Pretty sure he's taken him the distance, so he can be durable. He can be got out of there as well. Pierce O'Leary has banged him out, but it'll be a nice little gauge of Luke McCormack. He's in a great camp. He's surrounded by great fighters. Got a brilliant trainer. Seems in a very, very good place over here. So I think collectively the world awaits. Let's see what Luke Cormack's all about. But I keep hearing that he's an absolute monster and he's going to be a real problem at 140 pounds.
That's all live tomorrow, TNT Sports from York Hall. Dev, just a couple things away from this card. Tyson Fury looks in good shape. He's putting out training videos and things like that. What do you make of what he's been putting out?
Good. Well, this is what we want, right? I think there have been hints of abs coming through from Tyson Fury as well. He looks in tremendous shape, so that's what you want. You know Usyk's going to be in shape, so you've got two heavyweights at the top of their game, coming in shape, coming in at the top of their game. This is perfect. This is the biggest fight in boxing. So an in-shape Tyson Fury, great news for fans. And let's see. Usyk is a very, very tricky customer, so it's going to be a great fight.
I think you put out one's hitting the pads, one's skipping or something like that.
I said because Queensberry put out a video of Tyson Fury hitting the pads and Usyk skipping. So I said one is having a skipping session and one is not skipping any sessions. Just a nice bit of wordplay, which he reposted, so I think he appreciated it.
Yeah. But, going into the fight, do you think that these body shots are going to be key for Fury? We saw against Dubois and even the rematch with Joshua, maybe some hint that maybe he doesn't like it to the body. Do you think that might be something that Fury looks to try out against Usyk?
Absolutely. I'd imagine he'll be hitting him everywhere, but he has been speaking about the body as well. There is no doubt that what happened in the Daniel Dubois fight, it's been talked about, but I don't know, a lot of people do think it was a body shot, right? So he has shown vulnerability there, and if Tyson Fury senses vulnerability, I'm sure he's going to be going after him. But yeah, and he's been putting out posts talking about hitting him to the body and him being weak to the body. I'd imagine he's going to go after the body.
What would you make of Francis Ngannou's recent comments saying that he felt he was tricked by arriving early to the arena and he was tired and things like that? I know it did start at 3 a.m, so is this just him, not excuses perhaps, but maybe him just trying to justify it to himself? Or what did you make of the comments?
It's a tough one because I love Francis Ngannou. I love his team, everyone around him as well. Listen, after every fighter loses a fight, particularly in a manner like that, they have to kind of explain it to themselves. And actually, Andy Clark said something straight away on the stream that we did after that fight, and he said he would not have in his wildest dreams imagined that could happen to him. Normally, it always happens to someone else. So, but fighters find ways to explain to themselves a loss. What happened? Oh, I hurt my hand, or my back. Oh, I didn't have the best camp. Oh, I had this dinner when I should have had that dinner. Things like that, to just figure it out. And for him, he's in that process of figuring out why he lost. But the bad thing is really when you make excuses or you tell these stories, they only really sound good to you and not really to everyone else. But he'll figure it out, and I'm sure he's going to do whatever he's going to do next and come back as an absolute beast.
And Canelo said some comments the other day saying that he'll fight Benavidez if it's 150 or 200 million. What would you make of that? Is he, someone suggesting maybe he's looking for Saudi Arabia to put up the money for the fight and things like that, or do you think he just doesn't want to fight Benavidez?
I wouldn't say he doesn't want to fight David Benavidez. I think you're in a tough spot if you start accusing Canelo Alvarez of ducking people, because, and the one example I've always got in my head about him not ducking people is Erislandy Lara, because he didn't need to fight Erislandy Lara. Lara was beating people, he was unbeaten, he's a tricky southpaw, he's a mover, he's just a horrible, horrible fight. But Canelo went after him, really against, I think De La Hoya at the time was promoting him and didn't really want that fight, but Canelo wanted it. So I don't think he's the ducking type. All of this stuff is building up that fight. I think Canelo does appreciate it's probably the biggest fight that he can be involved in, him and David Benavidez. So let it build, and what we've learnt with Canelo is he does tend to fight everyone in the end. So I wouldn't give up all hope of that fight.
All right, Dev, appreciate your time, and we'll see you at York Hall tomorrow night.
All right, see you then. Tune in, 7 o'clock.